Hi everyone, today we're making Afghan style chicken seekh kebabs. These deliciously simple seekh kebabs are perfect for dinner or tea parties. I like to pack them the next day for the kids' lunch boxes as well. These seekh kebabs contain no chili powder, pepper or coriander powder. They are mildly spiced and very moist and flavorful. We love them. Seekh is the Turkish word for the thick metal skewers which are used to shape these kebabs. They are fun to make and even more fun to eat. Served with a simple white sauce, let's get started on the recipe. So first off, we're going to toast some white poppy seeds. I have half a tablespoon or more of white poppy seeds that have been rinsed and drained. We're going to add to a dry cast iron pan here, and we're going to toast them till all the water has evaporated and the seeds begin to pop. So you can see here the moisture is gone and the seeds are beginning to pop. Once they've popped, you can remove this from heat. We're going to add this to a small spice grinder. We're also going to add half a teaspoon of cumin seeds here, and we're going to grind this to a powder. And now to the same pan, I've added some oil and we're going to fry some shallots in here. I have 2 generous tablespoons of sliced shallots. If you don't have shallots, you can use chopped onion as well. We're going to fry this till it's nice and crisp and brown, and then we're going to remove it from the oil and set it aside. In a separate saucepan, I've got some water boiling and I've added 1 large onion. Now we're going to boil this until the onion is cooked and soft, and then we're going to remove it from the water and allow it to cool down. So I have here 500 grams of minced chicken, and my onion has cooled down. We're going to chop this up coarsely. We need to finely chop, so I'm going to put it in my small food processor, and here we have a finely chopped boiled onion. We're going to add this to the minced chicken. So that's 1 large onion that's finely minced after being boiled and added to 500 grams of minced chicken. To this we added our ground up poppy seed and cumin powder, and the shallots that we fried earlier, we're going to grind that up as well. You'll get a coarse paste-like texture. We're going to add that as well. So the next ingredient that we're going to add is fresh breadcrumbs. I have here breadcrumbs that I made from wholemeal bread, and I really think that wholemeal bread is the best to make the breadcrumbs for this recipe, because making chicken kebabs with the white breadcrumbs tends to make it a little drier in flavor. So this really does make a difference. About a half a cup of breadcrumbs, and you can add more later if you need to. And here we're adding 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. That's equal amounts of garlic and ginger, fresh garlic and ginger that has been ground to paste without adding water. I also have some finely chopped cilantro or coriander leaves that have been finely chopped like this. We're going to add that as well. Next, we need some green chili pepper. You can use any variety. I'm using a milder green chili pepper here, a large one like this. 2 tablespoons once it's been finely chopped. We'll add that as well as half to 1 tablespoon of melted butter. So I have here a generous tablespoon of fresh grated coconut. You can use frozen thawed grated coconut as well. Add that as well. And for some spice, we're adding some green cardamom powder. That's finely ground green cardamom powder, half a tablespoon, as well as half a teaspoon of garam masala. Crack 1 egg into this mixture. Also add salt to taste, just over half a teaspoon of salt. And now we're going to use our hands, don't be afraid, use your hands to really mix in all those ingredients there till they're thoroughly incorporated. You want the ginger, garlic, juices, the butter, the egg, everything to be incorporated evenly. At this point, if you find the mixture is too wet to form into kebab shapes, you can always grind up some more fresh breadcrumbs using the whole grain bread. And I did remove the crust from the bread slices before I ground them to breadcrumbs because I feel it's better texture for the kebabs that way. So you can allow this to sit for about 20 minutes if you like, but it's not necessary. We can start shaping them into kebabs and grilling them. So to shape the kebabs, we need to use the seekh or the skewer to form the kebabs. So take a large piece of the mince mixture, large enough to fit in your palm, and then roll it into a ball, and then using the skewer to guide you, shape this into an elongated kebab shape, and then just gently slide it off the skewer so that the hole in the center vertically through the kebab remains. You need that hole to remain for even cooking of the kebab. So do this with all the remaining kebabs. I've placed them on a tray lined with grease-proof paper. And here I'm using a grill pan to grill them. You can always do this on the barbecue, but today I'm doing indoor cooking. I'm just gonna add some olive oil to cover the base of the pan here. And as it's heating up, we're gonna lay all our kebabs evenly spaced on the pan. You do need that space because you need to flip them over. So since we're making chicken kebabs, these cook really quickly. So on one side, just about 1 minute should do, and then you can flip them over. Don't overcook these, but when you flip them over, you need to be a little delicate because the minced chicken is still not cooked on the other side, and if you're not careful, they'll break apart. So flip them all over like this, and then cook the other side again for just under a minute. Since you do have that vertical hole through the center of the kebab, these cook really elegantly and quickly. And you want them to stay nice and moist and juicy, and if you overcook them, they will be tasteless. So just under a minute on the next side, and then you want to cook the small edges as well, but very less time. This time maybe you can just flip them all over on one side, and as soon as you're done with the whole batch, you can start flipping them over to the other side. And the super moist and full of flavor Afghan Chicken Seekh Kebabs are ready. You'll see that once they're done, they're easy to move around. They don't break up easily, and they're slightly bouncy to the touch. So we can remove the first batch and we can grill the next batch in the pan the same way. And in this time, we can get started on our super easy white sauce. So keep the cooked kebabs covered with foil paper to keep them nice and moist and warm. So I'm just going to give one kebab a taste. It's nice and hot and super moist and cooked through on the center, but slightly crisp on the outside, and they're really tasty. And if you like a nice smoky aroma and flavor to the kebabs, you can heat up a small piece of charcoal on an open flame till it's nice and red hot. And then you can place it in a small bowl like this and top it with a little bit of oil. This will make it smoke immediately. Cover the dish containing the cooked kebabs with a bowl so that none of the smoke escapes. You can see in the picture above, my kebabs are uncooked. Sometimes I do the smoking process before I do the cooking, but I find that if you smoke them after they're cooked, they retain that smoky barbecue kind of flavor. So you can place a weight over the inverted bowl so that none of the smoke escapes. Just let it sit there for about 15 minutes before you serve it. And for the simple white sauce to go along with the chicken Afghan Seekh Kebabs, we're going to heat up some butter. So I'm giving approximate measures here. I'm using like 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter melted. To this you can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of plain flour. And for extra flavor, I'm also going to add around half a teaspoon of minced garlic. I'm just going to mix this till it changes color slightly and thickens. And then before the garlic and the flour burns, you want to add milk. Add the milk gradually, a little bit at a time, and you keep mixing till it thickens. Keep stirring so that the flour doesn't form lumps in the sauce. And then just allow it to simmer for a while till it thickens and reduces a bit and becomes a nice consistency. Into this we can add a large tablespoon of grated cheese. I'm using grated mozzarella, as well as half a teaspoon of cumin powder, or quarter to half a teaspoon according to your taste. You can also add a little bit of cayenne if you like, and I'm also adding a little bit of freshly chopped cilantro and salt to taste. Serve this sauce with your hot smoked kebabs and rice or salad. Hope you enjoyed the quick video recipe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!